Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Glad to be here. Another day, another dollar. And today, I definitely want to get into real estate. Some tips for beginners in real estate because I believe that's a good starting point. Besides the stock market, which I'll obviously have videos on that as well. Um, Getting to real estate, and I started off with FHA loan, and I got like a 3 unit, and this is where I learned so much. So this is my first property, and it was FHA loan, which requires 3.5% down, which is if it's a 200K house, it's about 7K down. So that's the easiest way to get into you know home owning and having tenants, because this way you have tenants being able to help you pay your mortgage. So I would suggest FHA, which means First Homeowners Advantage loan, for anyone that's beginning, because when you want your first project or your first house, you don't want to use all your money, all your emergency funds just to get the house. So that 3.5% is a good starting point, and then from there, that's when I obviously I got like a 6 unit, a 10 unit, and obviously I struggled with that, and I ended up selling everything, but now I'm back into the real estate game. And if I had kept it, and then during COVID, obviously the properties would have just almost doubled in price, and it's a mistake I'll learn from. But as a beginner, I'm gonna give you some tips just starting out, because not too many people who are in this game give you any type of info or any type of secrets they've gone through. But you will make mistakes with this. Obviously, it's not going to be like a mistake free investment, but you learn so much from this, and this will help you when you own, maybe if you become like a Grant Cardone and you own hundreds and hundreds of units. So I mean, the first thing I always say is to educate yourself about the real estate market. So before you even get into any real estate investing, or you need to like really go on Google, go on YouTube, and at least spend one good solid month just researching all about real estate. There's like certain laws, regulations, even with having a certain amount of units, and there's different obviously financing options. Like I told you that there's FHA, but there's a few others if you have more money. And if you're in the military, they have a VA loan. So there's different strategies, and obviously the big thing is just managing a property. Because you're gonna be it's not like you're gonna hire a property manager because you're beginning out. So if you do get like a duplex, you will be managing a property yourself. So this is where you'll learn to the key skills before you start going big. I always say it's better to go small, and then from there you start moving up the ladder. Second tip I would give you is create a business plan. Define like your goals. Like, do you want what area do you want to invest in? Whether it's 2 units or 3 units, the area, how much are you willing to spend for the place, and obviously, how would you market it to other people? So if it's a rundown area, it's gonna be tough to get good tenants. But if it's like in a nice area, but not the greatest house, you're gonna get good tenants. So I always try to say, you don't want to be in a war zone, unless you're super experienced. Obviously those houses will be very cheap, the ones like in the bad areas, but they're tougher to manage. And I did have one in, you could say a war zone. So anytime I would go there, it would be, only daytime, and I had to look around, and not the best tenants, and and it was, you could say, a nightmare. So from my experience, just try being in a great area, and like if you can't see yourself living there, then that means it's not a great place to live. So you're not getting it because it's a good price. It has to be a good area. That would be my number one thing I would say. Make sure it's a good area. Another tip I would also give you is to build a network. Meaning, not just friends. Connect with like real estate agents, or if you have like a mentor or other investors who are doing something similar. It's like, they always say that line, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And you have to know the right people. The right people will help you, go in the right direction. And it's not like you're gonna ask a doctor, how should I do real estate. You have to ask people in the game. So you have to build that relationship. It's very important. You can start with the bank, because when you start talking to the bank about a loan, then you ask them, can you recommend any real estate agents that I can use or that you used in the past? Because the bank deals with these realtors frequently. So you would ask, have you dealt with anyone in the past? Is anyone good? And there you contact that person, and then you start building that relationship. And then when you get to commercial, like say, you want to, commercials anything over 4 units, then you would ask the realtors or the bankers, do you know anyone who's a good commercial realtor? And that's how it goes. It starts from there, but it's just building that, initial relationship. And from there, that's when, you start, getting your wings and flying. Because if you're around the right people, you're going to probably most likely make the right decision. And another tip is, you have to just, determine, like, what real estate do you want? Because there's residential, commercial, and real estate, rental properties. And obviously, you have to decide what you're going to focus on at first. There are shopping centers, which is commercial property as well, and that can be tough because you're waiting months to fill a vacancy. Unlike having a rental where you can, possibly fill it in a few weeks with the right marketing. So it's first, decide what you really want to do in your future. Even though you started the baby steps, so even if you start with the duplex or the triplex, then you decide what's next, where you're gonna go from there. And then another tip, you just gotta go to the bank and see what type of funding and financing options they have. I know I told you too, but there are different financing options, and different banks, depending on your credit and your relationship with them, they will work with you on loans. So, I mean, it just depends. Every bank is different. Some will treat you as just like, like it's just all business. But some, it'll be more personal, and they'll be looking out for you and here to help you succeed. So remember, as I said in the beginning, just start small, and you want to go low risk. You don't want to this your first one to be your toughest one, because you're just trying to learn the ins and outs. So just take your time, be patient, and start small as you can, and then grow from there. It's easier to start small and get bigger instead of trying to go big, because that one setback can take you out, and maybe you don't get back into investing for years. So just I would say take your time, be patient, and go as small as possible. Last but not least, just really do find a mentor or someone who can guide you through this process. It could be someone from YouTube, could be someone on Facebook. Just find someone that's been through it. Or you can even ask your parents, do they know anyone that's into real estate? You'll find someone that you can actually learn from. That's the one biggie I'm gonna leave you with, is just find someone that you can really help you take the right steps and move in the right direction, so that you can become successful. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you got some insight. I definitely think real estate and stocks are my top two things to go with. I believe those are two things that could, there are more things, but those two things can explode your wealth, and you learn so much from doing it. Stocks are obviously easier, you're not dealing with people really, but anyhow, it's by you being on this channel, it's a great start for you, and hopefully you can learn from these steps and make your own steps, because there is no certain path to victory. It just depends on you. Everyone has a different path, and I think you'll figure it out if you put your head into it. I think you'll find the right people, the right banker, the right path to go to. All right. Thank you again for watching the channel, and don't forget to comment, and you can even leave in the comments that you subscribe. Also, but don't forget to subscribe, and